All right, so I'm good with Bacon's definition. Are you good with Bacon's
Excuse
definition?
me. I literally can't give a proper definition. I'm driving. I can't
Okay.
go and search it up or pull it off
Well,
my clipboard.
Bacon actually does successful celestial navigation using this technique. So I'm going to take his word for it.
Bacon
So
does celestial navigation, or does Bacon sit at his computer and play video games?
he does celestial
Because unless he's going
navigation.
I
outside and
actually
trying to
don't
figure
play.
out
I
why
don't
he's
play video
lost, he's
games
not really
actually.
doing celestial nav.
Vax, you have
Well,
been Vax. I don't know what you're upset about, what you're butthurt about, but it's clear that you're you're in here and you're having a hard time with the conversation. So the question
So the
that
guy
was
who can't
started,
finish a definition.
yeah. The question was, why should we care what is going on in the sky? And the answer is because when we have a ground position and elevation angles to those objects in the sky, we are able to determine where we are on the Earth. And in order for that, that means that there is a definite relationship between where things are in the sky and where we are on the ground. That's not, unless you believe that celestial navigation doesn't work, that's not controversial. So what that tells you is that when you see a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, that sun has a ground position. All right, you can go and look up in the almanac and see what the ground position of the sun is for that day. And that will tell you where you would have to be standing to look straight up and see the sun directly over your head. Do you understand that, Neil?
Is that up or out?
It's looking, you're standing on the ground, you're looking straight up, and you see the sun over your head, directly above you.
I thought you can't have it up on a globe.
I understand that this is going to be contentious, but do you understand the point? Do you understand what I mean by a ground position?
Go on.
Like I said earlier, I'm not equipped for this conversation.
Well, so does somebody who understands geometry understand what I mean by, and maybe a little bit about how the
I
heavy...
understand geometry, but you refuse to give the full definition of what an elevation angle is. So how are we going to know what you understand?
Vax, I'm making a point. You can try to escape from it. You can try to run around. And,
you're the one that can't finish a
you can
definition,
change
you
your
cocksucker.
Bacon's definition was fine. I lied. Bacon. I subscribe to Bacon's definition.
I think even Nathan Oakley would agree with that one.
So can we get the proper definition from you, Vax, then, since you're not happy with any of theirs?
I would, but I'm driving. I can't. I don't want to try to get on Google and try to find it.
It's a problem when you're arguing with them, like, to a bit and teeth about the definition, but you can't bring it up. I know it's because you're driving, but it's kind of a problem here.
Yeah. An angle of elevation is the angle formed between the observer's line of sight to an object above, that's positioned above the horizontal plane of reference that the observer is standing on, essentially making a right angle triangle.
Okay.
Well, not essentially. It is all elevation angles are right angle triangles.
Right angle triangle is something you're adding to the angle.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You're just adding your presupposition there.
No, all elevation angles form a right angle triangle.
No, you can form a right angle triangle from an elevation angle.
No, they just literally are, Bacon.
They're not.
Just because with celestial...
Come on, you guys.
So Warax is wrong about this. Bacon is
You guys are wrong. You guys gotta have a right. I mean, come on, you guys. What are you doing?
I just need to ask one question.
I'm not incorrect.
Let me just ask one question.
Yeah, but Bacon, I mean, stay on the point.
Because Bacon knows this
you
stuff.
You gotta have a right
doesn't.
angle. You have to have a right angle for an elevation angle, right? Are you saying no? Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Go.
I mean, that's your guys' presupposition. Claiming that doesn't make
no, that's how they work. We don't make up definitions.
That's how you guys claim it works. It's not what it is. An angle only requires two lines. That doesn't give you a triangle.
So if you say if you claim that's correct, find your citation for it. Okay, find a citation for elevation angle that mentions a right triangle.
Can I ask a question then?
Yeah.
Because it's literally an elevation angle.
If we're doing celestial navigation, okay, we're doing celestial navigation, right?
Yeah. Well,
Where can you describe the important angle that we use before we can draw our circles of equal elevation? Where is that angle?
that's
You're referring
their
to the
elevation
zenith angle?
angles. Zenith
I think
angle.
Sorry?
I think he's referring to the zenith angle.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, could be.
What is the angle that we use?
For the
To make a
radius of the
circle of equal
circles,
elevation?
Yes,
that's the zenith angle.
that's a zenith angle.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you get that zenith angle without using a right angle triangle?
You take the complement between
Oh, thank you, Bacon.
the
I mean,
elevation
humble.
angle. You take the complement
Sorry?
of the elevation angle.
How do you get that complement?
Well, by knowing that the vertical is 90 degrees to the horizontal, that implies
Thank you.
there's
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
90 degrees, right?
Yes, between the
Thank
vertical line
you.
and the
So,
horizontal
so,
line
so
at the observer.
90 degrees, right?
Yes, between the
Thank
vertical
you.
line and the horizontal line, right?
Right. Yes.
You know what? You know which
So
90 degrees I'm
that's
referring
why
to,
we
right?
say no, but Bacon. That's why we say a 90-degree triangle.
Yeah, but
There
there's no
was a
triangle there.
question about that.
Yeah,
We
but you're
have
making a
there
mistake.
is no. Yeah, we
You're
have
imagining the
just a
wrong
second, just a
line.
Just yeah, we have three lines. The three lines meet at the same point. That does not form a triangle. We have a vertical line. We have a horizontal line. Those two meet at the observer. And then we have the line of sight to the star. That's the third line. That doesn't form a triangle because that also meets the observer. So we have three lines that do not form a triangle because they meet at the same point. That there's no right angle triangle there.
Correct.
So
This is why.
is the angle that
This is why we end
you
up
said the
talking.
zenith? No.
Oh my God!
Sorry,
This
go
is where
ahead.
we go ahead. This is where we end up talking nonsense because you guys are pulling our legs right now.
No.
So yes, you are. Go ahead, Humble. Humble had something to say.
Okay, the angle that you're using, right? The angle that you're using, what is the line that is facing that angle?
What do you mean? There are two lines in the angle. What do you mean the line that is facing?
No. There's the angle that you're using, right?
Yeah.
The angle that we want to get, the zenith
Yeah.
complementary angle. Where does that angle face? Does it face the earth, or does it face the sky, or does it face out
Oh, I
towards
get
the...
what you mean. Of course, yeah, it faces the sky because it's a line between the star and your zenith, which is right overhead.
So the angle faces a line on the ground? Is that what you're saying?
I just put a picture in
I said
chat
the opposite.
so you can see it.
I said it faces the sky.
I put a picture in the main text chat. There.
I think that has a transparent back.
It does have a transparent background, but you can see the three lines.
Let me make it easier.
Main text.
Oh, I can't post it. So I'll DM it to you and then you post it again. I'm blocked from commenting on this server. I guess I'm too dangerous.
Yeah. I'm not shocked.
No, but what I'm trying to say, the angle that you're using is a calculated angle, right? It's not a measured angle.
Depends on which tool you're using. There are tools that can measure the angle directly.
What kind of tool would that be?
Theodolite, a couple bubble sextant can measure that directly.
What was the one you were talking about before, Bacon? The one that you used that's a straight up telescope?
Zenith telescope?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's that. Yeah.
But the point is being that you have to have 90 degrees, right?
Humble, can you see the picture?
I can't see the picture. No, I can't. You have it in the main chat for...
Main chat text, yeah.
Let me see if I touch that. And but
You guys
Bacon
are
and
so
I have
funny.
gone through this before, and
They drew a
angle of
right angle.
elevation, right?
Yeah, they
Okay,
drew it.
so
Yeah.
yes, angle of elevation, yeah. So now I'm asking, which angle do we use to calculate for making the circle of equal elevation?
That'll
Because
be
we're
the
looking
zenith
for an angle after we do all these measurements, right? The one that
Waffle,
we're actually
waffle,
going to use. Where does it come from?
waffle, waffle.
That's the zenith angle.
Sorry?
What?
The zenith angle.
So where would that be on this diagram?
Which
He doesn't
diagram?
have
Let's
it
see.
on there. Oh, now
The
you
one
ask what
that
angle? The one he's looking at. My God.
I wasn't looking at in diagram. Are you talking about the one that
Well,
Omnivore
Omnivore
posted?
has it posted. Well, why don't you get on the same program with us instead of embarrassing yourself every time you turn around?
He's
Are
not
you looking at the
embarrassing
same
himself.
diagram I'm looking at?
Yeah, just noticed. Yeah,
Hmm?
you're talking about the diagram where you have like a
Okay, there's a horizontal line, right? There's the line of
22.8.
sight,
Yeah,
right? The
22.8.
only angle, sorry, go ahead. So just tell me, where's the angle on that diagram, the one that you're actually going to use?
That will be the angle above theta.
What? What?
The angle above theta.
Are you looking at the same diagram we are?
Yes, he
Right.
is.
Omnivore has
Yeah.
posted a video diagram at 38 past the hour. Now we have to be looking at this diagram right here. This is one Humble's looking at. I'm looking at it. Omnivore is looking
Yeah, we're
at
all
it.
looking at it.
Now we know you're looking at it. Now speak from that diagram, not
Just
waffle.
did. I just did. The angle he's asking for would be above theta.
Yep, he told you.
Okay, so that's that orange angle, the one that's colored in
No,
orange?
that's theta.
That's
No,
theta. That's the orange one's theta. The angle you're asking for would be above theta. Would be between the line of sight and the vertical line.
Right. So we know then that you now how so the object then, where you have object, right?
Yeah.
How do you know what the theta is?
You usually measure it with the sextant.
Right. So then you have to then assume that the complement to that would be 90 degrees, right?
Well,
So
Complement
whatever. I
let's
exactly
mean,
make
90
the
degrees.
theta 45. Let's make the theta 45.
Let's
Oops,
make it
I lost
40. Because if we make it 45, then they're both 45 and we get confused.
40.
So let's make
Okay.
it 40.
40. Okay. So
Yeah,
what's the other would be then 50, right?
exactly. Yeah.
So
that sounds
that
like a
is
triangle to me, you little dipshit. Sorry, the fuck me. Okay, if you take an angle at 30 degrees, that angle at 30 degrees has a GP attached to the end of the elevation angle. That's literally a right motherfucking triangle. You sophist bitch.
Yeah, you
Sorry.
can build a triangle on with an existing angle. That doesn't mean every angle you have implies a triangle.
Taking your
An
30
elevation
degree
angle doesn't
elevation angle
imply
has a
a
90
triangle.
degree zenith angle attached to it.
Yeah. If I open my two
That's what
fingers,
Humble was
right, there's
saying. What part of the angle is the one that's looking back at your elevation angle when you're standing at 30 degrees? When you go up to the star at 30 degrees and then that star comes straight down to the GP, that's a fucking right angle triangle. Do you
first of
like
all,
do you not have eyes? Do you understand basic shapes?
I think Humble's trying to make a point. I don't know what point is because you cut in the middle of it.
Sorry, I just had
Second of all, that's
sorry, but this is like it's all sophistry with you guys. You guys are claiming there's no right angle triangle when it's literally smacking you right in the face, and you're just gonna sit there and lie about it, and it gets old.
if I open my fingers, there's an angle between them. That doesn't imply there's a triangle. That doesn't mean I can't close them and then make a triangle.
You
Of
open
course
your
I
fingers,
can.
are you making an elevation angle, you smartass?
Well, if one of the fingers is horizontal, actually yes.
So yeah, when you make a peace sign with your fingers, you're not making a right angle triangle, which is an elevation angle. Really? Are you effing
What?
stupid? So there's the tip of your finger's got a GP then, right?
So,
Actually,
Vax,
everything on Earth
Vax,
has a GP.
Vax, it's not sophistry. It's you absolutely misunderstanding things and getting on tilt about it. I just put it in there with the zenith angle. I think marked. So humble.
What
You
is
can
a
see.
zenith angle? How many degrees is a zenith angle?
Okay, let's ignore this red herring because I want to see where Humble is trying to get to
What red
because
herring?
he just got Humble in the middle of it, and
Yeah, my bad, humble. I apologize.
Oh no, it's not a
You were doing
problem.
decent.
Bacon. I don't even know why Bacon and I are doing this because he knows we've gone through this before.
So humble. Do you see where I marked the zenith angle?
Yes.
Okay. So as you can see, there's not a triangle there. Now you can try to draw a triangle by drawing a line from A down to straight down to the B line. You can say I'm
No,
drawing that triangle. That's
yes,
you can
but
say
here's
that.
why. Yeah, but here's why. You made a point, right? That the object has a what?
It has an elevation angle. It also has
It
a zenith
has a
angle.
ground position.
Correct. Yes.
Bingo.
Right. So
Therefore,
where
right
you
angle
have your
triangle.
sorry?
Sorry.
Go ahead,
Sorry.
Humble.
Sorry, Bacon. I mean, humble. My bad. I didn't mean to call you Bacon. Sorry, humble.
Oh no, that's fair. Bacon knows this, and I don't know why he does it, but I think uh, just to show by slowly going through it, right? We have to have that right angle triangle
Correct.
Why?
because that angle is being calculated.
Oh, that angle is being
Right.
calculated
Yeah. I mean,
because
if
the
you take an
vertical line.
angle of 32,
And we
if you
have to
take an angle,
assume.
sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if you take an angle of 32 degrees from your point up to the star 32 degrees, it has the ground position as well. That's forming the right angle triangle. So essentially, like when you look up at an object from above the horizontal line, the angle formed between your line of sight and the horizontal creates a 90-degree angle with the vertical line to the object essentially forming a right angle triangle. They literally just don't want to see a right angle triangle because it upsets them because it kills their bow.
So Vax, you're wrong about that.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. The ground position
Okay,
is
give
not
me a citation that says
necessarily
I'm incorrect.
the
And
ground
now you
position
won't
is
be able
not
to elaborate.
the ground position is not necessarily on the horizontal line.
The ground position. What? The ground position
Look,
is on the horizontal line from the same horizontal line
Oh my God, you
from
guys!
the first place.
You can get away with murder when they come in here. Oh my God, you guys are so funny.
No. I mean, this is what I was trying to. This is what I was trying to
Ground
explain to
position's not on the
you.
same horizontal from the same location where the angles taken. You're full of shit, dude.
This is why you guys make me so mad. Like Humble's trying to learn something, and you guys are just talking BS.
No. So Bacon.
Bacon,
Both of you
Bacon,
on me.
we've done this,
Go ahead, Humble.
Bacon. You and I have done this. So would you
Yep.
agree that the ground position is not on the horizontal?
That's correct.
That
That's
is
right.
correct. Yes.
That's correct.
So a 90-degree elevation angle doesn't have a horizontal baseline?
It does have a
That's not what
horizontal
I said.
baseline.
It does have a
No.
horizontal
The
baseline, so
question,
therefore it is all on the same
question was-
horizontal.
It's not.
How else would you have a
The
circle?
question
well,
was-
this is where the line starts right here. So let's be real clear on this, explaining this to Humble. And the minute you start BSing, I'll just go, excuse me. Go ahead. Explain
Oh
to us.
no.
Explain to us how the 90 out there when we're doing celestial navigation. Tell me how that's not the zenith angle. Go ahead.
What's the question?
Yeah, there we go. Perfect answer.
You're trying to calculate a ground position that's not on the ground.
You're not calculating a ground
No.
position.
Yeah, first of all,
You're trying to
the first
calculate
question
to a
was
ground position
No, you're not
using a
calculating.
ground.
You're not calculating to a ground position either.
So when you've done this process, you're not calculating something that's on the ground. You're not on the ground then?
You're presumably either at sea or on the ground, or you could be in an airplane.
Right. But
Oh my
you're on
God.
that horizontal that you measured, right?
Well, if you're on an airplane, the horizontal will be the horizontal from where you are out, to infinity, but it will not be on the ground.
Oh, you donkey.
See,
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is where you start getting,
Goofy.
you start getting upset.
No,
So,
this is where you start BSing.
This is where you start chugging selfishly.
well,
Yeah.
so
Oh my God.
this is what I'm trying to explain. So this is why the fact that the GP is not necessarily on the horizontal line is
Well, it certainly
because
is.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
That is why you say it is, but you can't show that.
Yes, we do.
No,
Day in and day out.
no, you do not. That is why you
Yes, we
can't do. So show me a citation.
Want to show you?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me
Here's the
step
thing.
in.
Yeah, here's the
You
thing.
can
Okay.
assume
Here's the thing.
the way you guys are describing. So the way you guys are describing is that there's a right angle triangle. When you measure the angle, that's part of the right angle triangle. And the baseline of the right angle triangle can be calculated by multiplying the angle by 60 nautical miles. That's how you guys claim it. So if you draw circles, then we find the intersection. Go ahead and try that. That doesn't work. Those assumptions don't work. They fail. They give you inconsistent values. If you pick 4 stars, try to do that with 3 of them, each time you get a different answer. That doesn't work. There's not even a map where you can do that on. So clearly there's something wrong with that claim. So why don't
That's
you guys
BS.
let the people who can get it to work to explain you how it's done instead of calling us BS every time we tried it?
It's because you're taking the apparent curvature of the celestial dome that the stars reside in and shoehorning it onto the surface of the ground.
You believe that,
Yeah,
but
so
that wouldn't work.
let's say you're
Quite
right. Let's say
literally
you're
what
right.
you're doing.
Let's say you're
No,
right.
I am.
Let's say I am.
Quite literally what you're doing. But the thing is, to make
Okay.
4 circles of equal altitude or whatever is blown way past the fucking flat Earth victory that we already have. The one that's
Okay.
the one that you wanted to pretend a few minutes ago didn't exist.
Here's the problem.
my
Let's say
God.
you are right. Let's say I'm doing that wrong and I shouldn't be doing that. So it's quite simple. If you know I'm wrong, just show me the right way to do it. And if that works, then you got a point. That's all I'm asking for.
Aiken, you've already measured the Earth flat at this point. Sorry, pal.
Well, you have
You
it.
guys are pretending
doesn't
that
change
ground
the
position's
fact.
not on the same horizontal as the original angle that it's extending from, which is
That
fucking stupid. Angles don't have baselines.
you claim
Even if it
that's
was
claim.
true, just a sec. Even if it was true that we were measuring Earth flat, that doesn't change the fact that you guys haven't been substantiating the way you claim this works. None of you have
Wait.
produced any results
You just
from how
reviewed the
you
measuring Earth
guys
flat,
say it.
Aiken.
You have
We
a
can go
post.
home now.
And now you're speaking
Yeah,
over me.
He
wait
did
a
that with
minute.
Nathan too. He admitted
You
the
have
Earth
a
was flat with Nathan.
You have it posted right
You
there
guys
at
That's
never
called
did.
irony.
Yeah, Bacon. You have it posted right. We're looking right at it. It explains everything. I mean, why do I have to look at this chart and then you come back on and just lie right over the top of the chart that Omnivore is posting? What does it say? A. A is object. Object.
That's the direction of the
Zenith.
object,
Now,
not the object itself.
Zenith is where you're standing, which doesn't mean nothing other than zenith is directly above your head, which you have no idea what is above your head other than zenith is directly above your head. Savvy?
Sure.
Now you're trying to find out where you're standing there. Now in order to do that, you have to establish what? Oh, an elevation angle, which requires a what? A 90-degree angle out there, B and A. 90-degree. That's how it's
No,
established.
between
Yes.
B and A, that's the angle you're measuring. That's not 90
Mm,
degrees, obviously.
Yeah,
In
no,
that
that's what
example,
you
it's
that
around
no,
40.
no, 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 no. Don't
It's 40
bullshit.
degrees.
This is where you guys have to take this measurement before you do any of your calculations.
You're not even listening to what we're saying.
Yeah, no, you're not listening on your own diagram. My God.
This
Can
diagram.
we
let's see.
try it a little simpler?
Their
For,
diagram
for
shows a right angle
okay,
triangle, but they're just going to pretend that they can't see it.
Yeah.
okay. So hear me out a sec. Okay, do you see where you've drawn that zenith line where the observer is standing, right?
Yep.
We agree. Now
Yeah.
let's just say that that's the North Star up above us. Okay. Now we are now measuring to B. Now the measurements that we use, by the time we get to the equator, we're at how many degrees to the North Star?
Imagine from zenith or imagine from horizontal?
You're measuring to the North Star, right? You're looking up at the North Star to get the zenith angle. That's how
Okay, from
the
zenith then.
lines that we draw on that you're going to be using on the maps, right?
Yeah, so if you're measuring
The
from zenith, then that'll
longitude
be 90 degrees at the equator. If you're at the equator, it'll be 90 degrees to Polaris, roughly.
at the equator, you'll be 90 degrees.
Yeah, Polaris would, the zenith angle of Polaris would be roughly 90 degrees at the equator.
89.99 if
Or
you can still see it.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't. It would be too close to the horizon, but anyway. Yeah, that would be 90
so
degrees.
now, are those straight line measurements or curved line measurements?
So, well, since we're measuring between directions, we can call those straight lines or straight rays or whatever.
So the equator is 0 degrees, right?
Yep.
Of
The equator
elevation,
is
yes.
0 degrees, sorry?
For Polaris,
And then you'll go up to the first line, it'll be 10 degrees.
Yep.
if you walk
No sense
600
giving him a
nautical
chance.
miles
No sense
north,
giving him a chance to lie. Yeah, what are you
Hmm?
gonna lie about? Answer the damn question.
what
Why do
the
you gotta
fuck,
start lying?
Steve?
Sorry?
No,
I have
no,
no
Humble.
idea.
He's gonna lie about the simple question you're asking. That's why it's embarrassing. Go ahead, Bacon. Keep yakking. Go ahead, Humble. Ask him another question.
Okay, are you humble? Are you asking if I move north from the equator, then
Yes.
Polaris would move up 10 degrees? If I move, let's say
Yes.
600 nautical miles, sure.
Right. So I'm saying now we have, so you're saying even though it's a curve, right? Even though it's a curve, when we do the measurements that he was showing on the diagram, we will assume that it's a flat horizontal line. Even
You're
though we're
talking about two
dealing with a
different things.
curve,
No, you're talking about two different things. One, the thing that is
yeah,
curved,
but these degree measurements, right, that we're marking, right, they're assuming a curved line or a flat line.
for what?
What he just asked you. Quit
Or
Yeah,
waffling.
line,
the thing you're navigating on to find out the distance.
surface.
Because, sorry?
Are you asking about whether the surface is assumed to be a straight line or curved? Is that what you're asking for?
Or flat, yes.
Yeah, no.
Because
We are
sorry?
assuming me and Omni we're assuming it's curved.
You're
No, the
assuming
line.
it's curved. Now,
No,
but
yeah,
when you're
the
doing
line
the
is curved. No,
measurement,
wait a minute.
when,
Get that straight right out the get go here.
but
Because
when
now
you're measuring,
Humble's looking. He just moved up to 10. What would that the 10th lateral? So now he's got his sextant on there. So what now? What are you saying there, Bacon? You're saying what now? You're taking a measurement that you're taking that elevated angle off a curved baseline? Is that what you're saying? Yes or no?
No,
Because that's what he asked you.
no, that's not what he asked me.
Yes, it is. He asked you, is that
Okay,
measurement
Okay, whatever you
Curved or
say, Steve.
straight?
Whatever you say,
No.
Steve.
Well, answer the question then. I answer my question. Is that line that you're using to measure with, is it curved or straight?
I can't make sense of both you and Humble at the same time.
Yeah, there you go, babe. Go ahead, Humble. Keep talking nonsense with you. This guy is the greatest waffler in the world. My God.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, sure. Okay, every 5 minutes, we're gonna have that. I'm not sure how long we can do that. But anyway, so Humble, you're
No,
asking about two different things.
well,
One thing
well,
is,
okay. If I'm at,
can I elaborate?
listen again, we were looking at the diagram that he was showing me, right?
Can I elaborate
And we
before?
have to, and I'm saying where he's standing in this diagram. If we say the zenith, his zenith is the North Star. Okay,
Yeah.
you understand what I'm asking you?
Well, you're not
Yeah.
asking anything. You just said he's the North Star is at zenith. Okay. Now what?
Yes. Now, I'm saying now, as we now go along that horizontal line to the B, right? You see that line in
Okay.
his diagram? Okay.
Uh,
As you move away
yeah.
from the North Star, right? These
Yep.
lines that have been given here now, right? It's now telling you that you've moved. If you go to down to the from the 90 degrees, you move 10 degrees down, you'll be now at the 80-degree mark, right?
Yeah.
We agree so far?
Yeah.
We're not confused, right?
Yeah.
Now, I go another 10 degrees down,
Yeah.
right?
70. Yeah.
Yes. Now, that total amount of degrees that I've moved, we both agree it signifies a certain distance.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, is it a distance along something curving or
Yes.
is it along something straight?
No.
It's not along something straight.
No.
Would there be a difference?
Of distance? A straight
Would
distance and
there
a
be a
curved distance, they are
difference?
the same distance.
Yes, but along
On
a
what?
curve, would they be the same degree measurement if the bottom line was curving or sloping down a little bit?
Like, are you saying if there would be a degree difference in a flat Earth versus a
Yes,
curved Earth?
yes. The degree measurements, would they vary if the line was curving down?
In compared to if it wasn't, yes.
Yes. Okay. So now though we're measuring with a horizontal flat line, we get a degree measurement, right?
Yeah, but we don't assume
We're
that
going
that
to use
horizontal
no,
flat line is where the distance is. That's
that
another line.
but we're dealing with though a flat horizontal line now. Okay, we're
I'm
getting
That's a
confused, Bacon, how you said
separate
we're going
line.
to assume a horizontal
we're
flat
getting
line when
our
that's the whole
degree
definition of the
measurement.
elevation angle. Shit, my bad, guy. I'm sorry.
Oh no, if you want to say so, it's.
No,
Do you
because I'm just
understand
claiming
what
we're
I'm
not
asking you?
assuming a horizontal line. The whole definition of an elevation angle is above the horizontal plane of
That's
reference that the observer is standing on. What does he mean we're not assuming a horizontal? He's a fucking idiot.
and this is why I'm trying to reason with him that the numbers would be different if the lines are different.
Of
And
course.
right?
Yeah, if you're walking over a
But
straight line,
but you're using an angle measurement we're using from a straight
yeah, you
flat
said that four
line,
times already, Humble. I understand
and
that.
you're now applying it. No, yes, let's agree on that. But you're now applying it to something that would give you a different degree measurement because yours is curved. Do you see a problem there?
Depends on what you mean by that. When you're
Okay,
applying
let's
that,
try
are
it
you
again. Let's
accounting?
try it again. Let's try it
Well,
again,
you're
Dominican.
repeating that won't do it. I need to understand the scenario you're trying to describe there. If that object, like that, if that object has a certain position in space, right? Then I can tell you what the difference